my dears, this is my very first YouTube video that I am going to make, and so don't judge me at all, okay? I am a little nervous to do this, so yeah. So what I want to talk about today, though, is my hospital stay. Today is, wow, it's 4:20 actually today. Cool. Smoke it up. And smoke me some up too for me. And take those edibles for me. Oh, all I got actually right now for 420 I could use is just some rubs. These are actually, oh, they smell so good. They smell like weed. Every time that I use it and when the nurses come in, they're like, oh my gosh, it smells so good in here. What is that? I'm like, my THC rubs. So I got this one. It is the warming relief one. It's 750 milligrams of THC. This one, I love this one, and it's already gone, so I'm gonna have to see if my dad could bring me back. So they have the tape on it to scan it, so you can't see the label, the real label of it. And so I did not know. Oh, this is my alarm to push my PCA button. Oh, max limit, stupid. I hate that. Yeah, let me just silence that. So the max limit, I pushed it too many times in 1 hour. I'm only supposed to push it so many times in an hour, which is so stupid. Like, hello, I'm in pain. I need more of it. You're barely giving me any. So the PCA machine is only giving me 0.6 slowly through the IV here. I got another little one for, oh, it needs to be snapped. Okay. And when I push the PCA button, I could push it every 10 minutes. It'll only give me 0.5. Still not enough. Still in a lot of pain. And I asked if I could take something on the side, like the pain medications that I used to take, like methadone or Percocet, but no. So what they did was made me into their little gerbil, pretty much, let's say, and a guinea pig, gerbil, guinea pig, to try ketamine on me. So the first night that I got the ketamine, nothing happened that day. I didn't see anything, I didn't feel anything. I did kind of have a little bit of vivid dreams, but not too out of whack or anything. Just a little different than normal. And after that, I've never had any other vivid dreams, and I was on the ketamine for a week and a half until we come to terms that it was not working at all for me, which it wasn't. I started going through withdrawals from the pain medication really bad, so they end up just putting me back on the PCA. And up here, this here is my feeding tube machine, and you'll see right up there is my food, pretty much my food. Yeah, up here in this bag. Crazy, huh? Yeah, this has been a very long stay in this hospital. I miss everybody. It sucks being away from my daughter, really, too. I got a bunch of Easter stuff for her when I was in Seattle, and I missed her Easter because I was in here. And sorry about my throat. Yesterday we had a really bad scare. I woke up about 4:30 in the morning yesterday from bad sharp pains in my stomach. And I had some soda and orange juice sitting on my desk left over, so I went to go drink them. And it was so weird because I couldn't taste it at all. So I went to go try to smell them. I couldn't smell them. And I have these little, some of y'all might be familiar with them, and some of y'all might not be, but these little vapor, nose things, you just like shake it up, it clears out your nose. I have two of them, two different kinds. I tried those, could not smell it. And the nurse, actually, she was standing way over by the computer, and she could smell it. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And that started freaking me out. And like with the THC rubs too, those are super strong. They could actually smell them outside the door. And I couldn't even smell it at all. So, and I started getting sick. I had the worst body aches ever since I've had the flu or pneumonia. Like when you get those kind of body aches, I had those kind of body aches, but 10 times worse. It was so bad. And I had some nausea, but I did not throw up, but I did have bad diarrhea. Sorry, TMI, but that lasted all day and kind of a little bit all night last night. But I woke up today able to smell and taste, and the body aches are still kind of here, but not as bad as it was yesterday. So I don't know. It is just so weird. Like, so I was on the duloxetine, and in my feeding tube, which I will show you later, it kept clogging up my feeding tube, and so we stopped the duloxetine. And so the doctors were saying that I was having withdrawals from the duloxetine. But no, I know my body. And I don't think I was having withdrawals from the duloxetine because I took it a long time ago. Not a long time ago, about 4 years ago. And I was on it for 2 years straight. And I automatically just stopped it in one day and just never went back to it. And I had no symptoms, no withdrawals, nothing at all from it. So I know for a fact it wasn't the duloxetine yesterday. They did a COVID test on me yesterday, a rapid one, and it came back in like an hour and a half, and it said negative, which I was very happy. But my dad, he's a police officer in Seattle, but when the COVID got really bad, they put him on a COVID task force, and he knows a lot about the testings and stuff like that. So he said a lot of them could come back negative in the first time. So to try it again in the next couple days. So they, even though that I'm still feeling better and all that, they're still gonna do another, sorry, my mind just totally went blank. Another COVID test on me. Today, it's 4/20, Tuesday. I was supposed to be getting out today. Then now they said no because of the scare of the COVID. But then they said I could get out tomorrow. But then one of the nurses from the palliative team, or however you say it, came in and told me that no, I can't leave until Friday because the hospice, I'm going to be going home actually with a PCA machine, but it's not going to be like this one, like this big. I guess they said it's almost kind of just like a little fanny pack or something. So, and then with the feeding tube, I am on the feeding tube indefinite. So on Friday, they're all going to come in and my mother's going to come in and they're going to teach my mother and I how to use those machines. And then I get to go home finally on the 23rd, exactly Friday, that day, I'm gonna be in here for a whole month. This is not the longest I've stayed in the hospital though. When I was in Rona in hospital during my death scare, I was in there for like 2 months, I think, 2.5, something like that. And then I went home on hospice after that. Then my lung disease doctor wanted to see me, which is in Seattle, so I had to get off of hospice because Medicaid wasn't going to pay for both. So I got off hospice and then went to go see my doctor in Seattle, and he said everything looks great. So that all the doctors and Ronan were wrong, that I am not going to be dying soon. But then once I get back home, I became very, very sick. I could not eat absolutely nothing. I couldn't even hold down drinks, not even soda, juices, water, popsicles, ice. I couldn't even hold down ice cubes. It was terrible. Okay, so right before we left Seattle, I weighed 170 pounds. And when I got here into the hospital in Missoula, which was not even a week later, maybe like 5 days later, I became to 111 pounds. Yes, that's how bad it was. I'm still lower than 120 pounds right now. I think I'm about 115. Oh no, 117. I'm 117 pounds. They just weighed me the other night. So it's slowly going up. Sorry, I gotta push my PCA machine again. Button. Oh yeah, so see, now it's going through. Yeah, so I got from the ER, they admitted me, and the next morning I went into surgery right away to get a feeding tube put into me. They rolled me down there and got me comfortable and stuff, and obviously then they rolled me back into the surgery room and told me to count down, and I counted down and I don't remember anything. Woke up in pain with the feeding tube in my stomach. Let's see if I can. I'm sitting on my bed right now, and it's kind of, I don't know. Let's see. I can show you all. So, this is my feeding tube. I stick it in here so that it's not like, because it's heavy, so I don't want it to pull on this part. So, right here, the J tube, that goes to my smaller intestine, and the G tube, that goes into my stomach. So we put the feeding tube, my feedings, into the J tube, so all my feedings go into my smaller intestine, and then we put all my medications into the G tube, which goes right into my stomach. Oh, and this part is just for the balloon, which they have a balloon inside my belly to keep my belly closer to the edge of my skin, my body. This here is just like a little padded wheel thing to keep it protected. I clean it out every day, get a new padded wheel every day. Sometimes they fall off, so I'm up to like 2 to 3 pads a day. Down here, they cut me right in here in my belly button. Could kind of tell they cut me right here. I actually pulled out my own stitches out of this one and this one, but these stitches the doctor pulled out, but these ones had to stay in longer. But I got sick of them because they kept itching, so I just pulled them out myself because he wanted them in longer, but I didn't. So yeah, that's that's the feeding tube I woke up with. This I've had in though. I put some extra tape on here last night because it was trying to come off. I had this since October. I used to have a port up here somewhere in my shoulder. I could still feel the scar somewhere, but I don't know. I used to have a port, but it was iffy. Like every time they try to use it, it was very, very positional. I only could keep my arm in a certain spot the whole entire time, which that should not happen. And it has actually never happened to anybody from what the doctor said that put in my port. So we ended up just taking it out in October because I got it like last year, maybe around this time. Then we just put in, I forgot what this one's called, but it's a lot better, or it's way much better than the port. It's not positional or nothing. I love it. So they can't poke me in my arms no more at all. They were having to go to my neck, and that freaking hurt so bad, and I was sick of it. The reason why they can't poke me in my arms no more is because of how hard my skin has gotten, and just pretty much the whole entire skin of my arms is just like all scarred, like scarred tissue. So they can't get no IV access at all, not even in my hands, not even in my feet no more either, because they've tried it a few times in my feet, but they were starting to do it in my neck. They were able to get in my neck, but except for the last time when they did try to get in my neck, they were not able to, so they end up just putting this in, which is crazy. It actually took them a long time to get this into. It was really hard for them to get it in, but they finally did. I was awake that whole time too. Oh my gosh. Okay, so another story. When I got my stomach tube in, there was only one port and not two, like I just showed you. I was still having really bad nausea and pain and stuff like that. The first feeding tube that I had was just going straight to my stomach. Like all of the feedings was just going straight to my stomach instead of the small intestine like it is now. And so a couple of days later, they ended up reeling me back downstairs and said that they were going to longen the tube so that sorry, there's some nurses right out the door. I just wondered if they're going to come in or not. I hope not. I told them not to bother me because I'm trying to do this video. Sometimes they talk about me outside of the door, thinking I can't hear them. So I listen, eavesdrop on them. They're not talking about me right now. But anyways, they did not put me to sleep at all when they went to go put in the longer tube. And oh my, can I cuss on here? Oh my effing gosh, like, holy crap, that pain is the worst pain I have ever went through. I'd rather break my leg again. I'd rather go through labor pains again than feel that pain of them putting a new tube through my stomach. They said they didn't want to put me to sleep because it was only going to be like a 10-minute process. No, it was like I was in that room for an hour, but the whole putting the tube in my stomach took like 30 minutes. It was so bad. I was screaming and crying, but like the screaming ended up getting weird. I was like passing out from the pain, and so my screaming, like I could not scream like I was able to in the beginning because I had no energy at all. Like I was like all the pain was taking my energy away. It was so weird. It was crazy. Like I literally seriously thought I was gonna die. And the doctor is like, dose her. And so they like kept dosing me with pain medicine. And I'm just like, it's not working. The pain medicine is not working. So why the hell do you guys keep giving it to me? Like, I was like, I wish they just put me to sleep again for that, because it was so bad. I even, for the next 2 days, I had phantom feelings. Yes, phantom feelings of that pain going through my stomach. It was bad. But yeah, that's the reason why I'm in the hospital this time. I was very, very weak when I first came in. I couldn't even walk on my own at all. So I had to learn how to walk again. First, we started out by just trying to stand up. For a couple days, they would make me stand up. My legs would get too wobbly, and I'd have to sit down and stuff. And after standing up for like a week and a half, we start trying out a walker, just walking around in my room, which is like not that big, if you guys can see. Sorry about my messy desk. And then there's the other part of my room. Nice view, right? You could see the river down there. Sorry, I gotta push my PC again. Anyways, and then after that, I was able to start walking with the walker in the halls. Every time I'd go out walking, I'd get, further and further down the hall. And then sooner, I start walking up like these little stairs that they have, like these little exercise stairs. I start like using one step one day. The next day or 2 days later or something, I try like 2 steps. Just keep going up and up. I got stronger, and now I am back to, I could run. No, I can't skip because of my leg that I broke. I was never ever able to skip again after I broke my leg. I'm starting to get uncomfortable sitting there with my legs folded like that. With my scleroderma and how tight my skin is, it gets hard sitting in some positions too long. Even like, somebody. Ashy Buck is calling me. I'll ignore her for now and call her back. But that's all. I just wanted to update everybody on what's going on. It's so boring. It's so boring in here. So I thought, maybe this is the time to start my YouTube channel and do my first video. I appreciate everybody's love, care, and prayers. Thank you all so much. And I want to thank the nurses here at St. Patrick's Hospital here in Missoula. They are amazing. I love the nurses here. They're so fun. There's like 2 nurses that are my most favorites too, and they'll sit in here with me and just talk with me and keep me company for a bit when it's not too busy out there. And I ended up buying and downloading Hulu, so they would tell me like which good movies to watch and stuff. Y'all gotta watch Palm Springs. That's pretty funny. There's another funny movie, but the storyline is kind of crazy. And the movie is called Flower. I only watch it because one of my favorite actresses playing it. Her name is Zoe. I can't really say her last name. I don't know how to say her last name. It's like Zoe Deutch or something like that. It's spelled like Duetch, I think. But yeah, she is hilarious. I love her. So that's why I ended up watching that movie. Like I said, the storyline is kind of effed up. It's crazy. But the movie, I don't know. It's just so funny. She's so funny. So, anyways, I told the nurses to give me a 30-minute free private time. And it's almost 30 minutes. So, I better stop this recording before they come in and start bugging me. Not really bugging me, but just, you know what I mean, come in. Oh yeah, actually, and there's a tech that's really my favorite. We are always talking about our cats. We ended up, well, we didn't end up getting a cat. This cat just adopted us. This cat just kept coming to our house and never left. And we ended up naming him Willow. And him and my brother Liam their bond is so strong. You could just see how much they love each other. It's so cute. I never thought my brother Liam could ever have a special bond like that with a pet, and I just love it. I love seeing them together. They sleep together. They read together. They do homework together. Like Liam would be sitting there on the couch, and the cat would be laying like on his back as well, with his shoulder or his head on Liam's shoulder, sleeping as Liam's doing his homework. It's so cute. Oh, my hair is so messy. I'm so sorry. It's hard to take care of very, very long hair. I am not ever gonna cut it though, because I am going to grow it out, and when I pass away, I want my family to braid it for me, or braid it and cut it to like here or so, and give the braid to my daughter to keep. Part of the tradition, I think. But yeah, okay, anyways, I gotta get going. I love y'all. I love you, my dearlies. We'll see you in the next video. Bye. Bye, dears. Love, peace, light. Blessed be.